star milestone of 500 subscribers. Thank you all for 500 subscribers. I promised in a few of my videos that I will review this movie, and this is what I'm doing. In this movie called Alien Alert, a man named Bug Douglas tricks everyone into thinking he's an alien and lies about a show called Alien Quest, and he goes around dressing like an alien. He dresses up as an alien and then makes people believe that aliens are real, all because he wanted people to buy his book. But Norman is also a troublemaker in this movie, as he snuck out of the house while grounded and did other bad things. And I bet you're excited for me revealing the mystery brat at the end. And prepare yourselves for the levels of brattiness you're about to witness from the mystery brat and Norman in this movie. Now, this is the top Norman can take a hike video at the moment. Something also changes after Norman causes the fire, as Norman usually admits that he causes the fires and gives Fireman Sam an empty apology, but in this movie, everyone blames Bug Douglas, aka the alien cosplayer, for Norman's arson. Norman actually kept the fact that he caused arson a secret from everyone, which is different to what he does when he usually causes fires. Now, this is originally the part where I would tell everyone to subscribe, but since I've already got 500 subscribers and I'm reviewing this movie, well, maybe just subscribe to my channel. Or please, manners. And without wasting any more time, let's do this 500 subscriber special. The movie starts off with Norman and Dillis driving to Auntie Phyllis's place. Norman complains that he'll not wear a bow tie when they get to Auntie Phyllis's party. Yup, Norman's aunt is called Phyllis. The name Phyllis rhymes with Dillis. The car stops, and then Dillis says that they can walk to Auntie Phyllis's place if she finds the flashlight. Norman gets out of the car and sees a flying saucer in the sky. And the world would be this movie if aliens came this year. People are saying that 2025 is the future. Norman is so careless that he falls into the river. Guess who we have to call now? All the firemen come to the rescue. One of the vehicles goes into the water, which means Fireman Sam is driving in the water, so he can save Dillis' little darling. Norman is no little darling. Trust me, this kid's an arsonist. Norman can't hold on to the branch, or he can't hold on to the branch. He's already in the water. Fireman Sam takes him out of the water, and Dillis faints for some reason. Also, what is this? Aliens watching? Norman is telling Mandy what he saw. Mandy explains to Norman about Bug Douglas, only the star of Alien Quest. We then see Bug Douglas making a video, or Norman watching Bug Douglas's video, saying about Alien Quest. He says that there are aliens in Pontypandy, and he's coming over to Pontypandy. He says that you need a Bug Douglas tie, coat, suit, and most important, Bug Douglas book. Can we trust Bug Douglas? Is he really part of an Alien Quest show? All the firemen are going to see what's new, because there's a surprise for them, and the surprise is a mountain rescue center, Tom's new headquarters. All the firemen and women follow Tom. Tom shows everyone to his new helicopter. Arnold says some big words, and of course Elvis doesn't understand, because when you've got a doofus firefighter and a smart firefighter, well, things don't really go well. Tom shows everyone to the control panel. Arnold says big words again, and Elvis can't understand. Because once again, if you've got a doofus firefighter and a smart firefighter, things don't go well. There's an emergency, and I hope Norman didn't cause the fire. Everyone is on their way to put out the fire, because if they weren't firemen and women, then Pontypandy would have been burnt to a crisp by Norman Price and everyone else in the town. They're basically burning this town down. Everyone in Pontypandy is basically causing fires. Norman would be such an arsonist if he was the one that caused this fire. Tom picks up some water and puts it in the bucket, hanging off his helicopter. The bucket hanging off his helicopter. Everyone is putting out the fire because, once again, if they didn't, then Pontypandy would have been burnt to a crisp, basically by everyone except for the firemen in the town. The fire is put out. And who the heck is that? We then see Bug Douglas making a video and saying that he's in Pontypandy. He is telling everyone about his book. Bella Lasagna then interrupts while Bug Douglas is talking and talks about her cafe. Bella gets sent to a cafe. But she then goes to Joe's garage, Joe is Hannah's dad, and sees Joe's latest invention, which is a pizza thing. A flying saucer pizza. Joe shoots the pizza thing into the air with a slingshot similar to a slingshot thing, and then things don't go very well. But Lasagna suggests something more. Space age. Fireman Sam is introducing Lizzie, the vet, Helen Flood, and Moose, Tom's friend, to the Mountain Rescue Center. Now they're all part of the Mountain Rescue team. And Helen's got an ambulance that's even better than a Smart ambulance. Smart's a car brand. Arnold comes out with a new Mountain Rescue outfit, and then we see Mike going alien watching. Mike is going out alien watching in his space-themed van, and he's got his Bug Douglas book. He painted his van space-themed. Moose is out walking in the woods when he notices a flying saucer. He takes a video of the flying saucer. Or tries to, but he drops the phone. Apparently there's a song in this movie.
Flying saucers coming down from outer space. If we can sink the spaceship, then we'll be on TV. Oh my, there's lights in the sky. I've seen a UFO, so let's go.
Do I have to show a clip of this whole song? Elvis is making a rock song, or really rock? He just saying the lyrics. Or saying that in the lyrics. The lyrics are do the moon rock and the alien roll.
It's all looking good. We're still going to need some more sightings for this week's show.
Norman is telling his friends that they can be a space-spotting team. He tells them that he read Bug Douglas's book and now knows the places where you're most likely to find aliens. Norman puts on the coat that he wore to Auntie Phyllis's wedding, and he says that it's quote-unquote his official Bug Douglas Alien Quest coat. We then see Fireman Sam and Elvis putting some tape around the dangerous areas in the forest. Elvis then sees a flying saucer, or flying saucer landing spot, as he says.
This is where the rocket thrusters burned the ground on takeoff. I've seen things just like this on Alien Quest. The little green men have been here, Sam. Well, it looks like they left a sausage behind when they went. An alien sausage.
Norman and his friends are walking in the woods. Everyone is starving, and then Norman hears a rustle in the bushes. He thinks that there is an alien in the bushes. Mandy then gets her camera ready. Norman sneaks over to the bushes, or he tries to, but his friends stop him. Norman then says that aliens are more scared of humans than humans are to them. Norman sees a fox in the bushes.
Behold the
Joe's invented another pizza flying saucer. At the fire station, Steele notices that Elvis is wearing a tinfoil hat. Elvis says that he's wearing a tinfoil hat so aliens can't, quote-unquote, read his mind. Bug Douglas then comes over to the fire station and Elvis sees him. Bug Douglas gives Elvis a Bug Douglas book.
Not sure men from Mars have actually landed in Pontypandy. Wow, you heard it here first, space spotters. Fireman Sam says the aliens in Pontypandy are not from Mars. They're from a much more distant planet. But I didn't say that. What? Thanks, Sam, that was great. But, look, a flying saucer. No.
The flying saucer pizza then starts. Flying saucer pizza is flying around the fire station. The pizza flying saucer then bumps into Station Officer Steele. The firemen are going to do a drill, and then it turns out that Norman dragged his friends on a wild goose chase to look for aliens. Norman says that his friend should have worn an official Bug Douglas Space Spotter coat like he is. Which, Norman's not really wearing that coat. The type of coat that Bug Douglas wears. He's just wearing the coat he wore to Auntie Phyllis's wedding. Which, Norman is actually wearing the coat that he wore to Auntie Phyllis's wedding. Norman's friends tell him that their moms didn't go to Auntie Phyllis's wedding. James tells Norman that they better go home before they'll get in trouble. Norman says that they're still here to look for aliens. Mandy says that there are no aliens. She says that she's going home. Norman then sees a flying saucer and tells his friends that there is a flying saucer in the sky. No one's got their cameras, so they can't take a photo or video of the flying saucer. Norman asks the UFO to take him to its planet. Although there's one place I would take Norman, jail. It turns out that Mandy dropped the camera when Norman made that fox jump out at her. Norman follows the UFO and the friends have no choice but to follow him. The firemen are going to do their fire search and rescue drill. Penny is going to hide, and everyone has to find her and get her to safety.
You check them out. We're on it, Sam.
The UFO then flies past a ravine, and Norman wants to follow the UFO. So he sneaks into a danger zone. That was one of the danger zones that Elvis and Fireman Sam were putting some tape around. Norman tells his friends to go into the danger zone. Or he makes his friends go into the danger zone. Why would his friends want to listen to the King of Rats? Mike is looking for aliens in a space-themed van, and then he sees something in the sky. Turns out that it wasn't an alien, and it was just Tom's helicopter. When I said it turns out that it wasn't an alien, I meant it turns out that it wasn't a UFO. There's someone in the woods, and it could be Penny. Fireman Sam catches the alien, and then he chases after the alien. Norman sees the UFO crash into the ravine, and guess what? He tries to go down the ravine. Norman then proceeds to drag Sarah's arm down the cliff. But he holds Sarah's hand and ends up dragging her down the cliff. He drags Sarah down the ravine and ends up breaking Sarah's arm. Norman says that his Bug Douglas code is not okay. And Norman was about to say his Cody Water Auntie Phyllis's wedding was not okay. Fireman Sam is still chasing after the alien. Mandy and James call for help. But the thing is, no one can hear them. Fireman Sam is still chasing after the alien. Sorry, I had to stutter. Mandy and James call for help again. And this time, Fireman Sam can hear them.
That sounds like the kids. I'm cold, Norman.
Norman warms Sarah up by giving her the code that he wore to Auntie Phyllis's wedding. The firemen are on their way to save the day.
Like a superhero! Oh dear, it does look like you've broken it. But don't worry, Sarah. We'll soon have you on the mend.
Come on, Norman. Let's get you to safety. Pick us up, Tom.
Okay, we're ready.
Fireman Sam tells James that Sarah will be okay after a visit to Newtown Hospital. Fireman Sam scolds the kids for being out at night and tells them that their parents will be very worried. Norman says that his Bug Douglas Alien Quest code is still down the ravine. Fireman Sam then notices that that was the coat that Norman wore to Auntie Phyllis's wedding. The next day, sorry, something happened to the screen.
It's a flying saucer, eh? Oh, a flying saucer. Oh.
Yeah, the show's gonna be great, but we still need the big shot for the grand finale. It has got to be fantastic.
Don't you mean space-tastic, Mr. Douglas?
Elvis tells Fireman Sam that wherever Bug Douglas goes, people see lights in the sky and little green men. Meanwhile, at Norman's house, Norman's mom is actually grounding her son for the first time ever. Good. It's about time this arsonist got grounded.
Nonsense is over! Mom. Trevor and I are going to have a nice quiet lunch together, with no Bug Douglas and no extra showing off!
Good parenting from you, Dillis. Norman is grounded. Good.
What do they look like?
I saw some in episode 72 of Alien Quest. They've got 3 toes, but apparently they are really, really difficult to find. Here's one. Oh. That's not an alien footprint.
Trevor and Dillis are having a picnic in the shop. Joe is testing out his latest invention, which is that pizza flying saucer thing. And the pizza flying saucer thing enters the shop when Trevor opens the door, and it ends up flying around the shop. Turns out that the flying saucer made everyone ruin the picnic, as Trevor bumps into the picnic table. Norman then breaks the invention. And guess what? Dillis calls Norman Mommy's little hero. Norman says that he needs to go out, but Dillis says that he is still grounded. Good. It's about time this arsonist got what he rightfully deserved. Instead of going to his room like a normal kid, Norman actually sneaks out of the house while grounded. Literally. One of the worst things he's done in this movie. James and Sarah that the best... Mandy is telling James and Sarah that the best place to find aliens is Pontypandy Island. Back at the fire station, Fireman Sam says that there's something not quite right about the alien sightings. He says that that sausage looks like it was burnt on a campfire. And second, he says that aliens don't wear runners. Steele says that he dropped some sausages when he had a campfire a long time ago.
Yes, Dillis. I understand. I'm sorry to hear Trevor's still picking pepperoni out of your produce aisle.
Well, you know what does look like pepperoni? Thomas's cheeks. Thomas's cheeks. Not being rude or anything. Norman says that he's trying to solve a mystery when he comes into Joe's garage.
Come to complain too?
No, I'm trying to solve a mystery. Can you tell me what these are?
They're lithium-based ultra-high capacity power packs.
Just as I thought. That flying saucer wasn't from outer space. It was remote control. Just like your pizza delivery thingy 2000.
2001.
Maddie, Sarah, and James are sailing to Pontypandy Island. Sarah says that when Norman hears what they've done, he will wish that he came with them. Norman then sees Pontypandy Island and sneaks onto a boat so he can sail there. The friends are on Pontypandy Island, and then we see Mike saying that he was trying to figure out where the aliens would land. Mandy actually yells at her dad and tells him to just go already, which makes her a bit of a brat. Everyone then notices an alien and a UFO. Sarah thinks that the alien is sending signals into outer space.
Looks like a laser beam.
What's that beam of light? Maybe the aliens have landed. Look, there's someone.
Why isn't Dillis angry that her son snuck out while grounded?
It's Norman Price.
Ooh, my Norman!
Dillis, why don't you just get angry and wait until you discipline Norman when he's back from Pontypandy Island? Mandy forces James to take a photo. Norman sneaks onto Pontypandy Island, and keep in mind, he is supposed to be grounded. Norman then scares the alien, makes him bump into that barbecue-like thing, and now there is a big fire. There is a fire, and the trees are burning. Which, keep in mind, Norman caused the fire because he scared the alien and made the alien bump into that thing, which caused a massive great fire. Not just a fire, but a great fire. The firemen are on their way to put out the fire, because if they didn't, then Pontypandy Island would have been burnt to a crisp. Even Tom is on his way in his helicopter. Tom picks up some water and puts it in his bucket. The helicopter bucket.
It's so dangerous to drop the water.
People, what are we gonna do?
What about Titan's water cannons? They won't be able to spray the water far enough onto the island.
So Norman caused that big of a fire. Turns out Norman's fire is a very big fire. James bumps headfirst into that alien, and then Norman scares the alien away. The fire is getting bigger, all thanks to Norman. Guess what? Tom's helicopter lifts up one of the fire vehicles, and this is what happens.
But we'll get you there.
The fire truck is now on Pontypandy Island. Fireman Sam is putting out this mega fire that Norman caused. says that an alien caused quite a fire. Seriously, Mike, why are you blaming the alien? It's Norman's fault. Mandy tells Fireman Sam that she and the other kids, except for Norman, didn't start the fire. And guess what? Mike blames the little green man for causing the fire.
That's true. The little green man did.
Fireman Sam, I need to tell you something. I don't think
there's an alien.
Why can't you just admit that you were the one that caused the fire, Norman? So that no one would have to blame the little green men for your wrongdoing, or little green man, since there was only one. James notices the alien, and then Norman says that he doesn't think that there was an alien. So, there was no alien. Fireman Sam chases after the alien. Fireman Sam is hanging on the rope at the bottom of Tom's helicopter. Fireman Sam grabs the alien, and...
We'll definitely be official Buck Douglas space spotters now. I don't think we will.
Oh, so it was Bug Douglas all along. He was a big fat scammer. Fireman Sam tells everyone that Bug Douglas has been faking all the alien sightings in Pontypandy. Norman says that Bug Douglas is a big fat liar, along with Mike, who blames him for causing the fire. Fireman Sam congratulates Norman for finding the truth, but still no one knows that he caused the fire. 'Cause Norman is so naughty, and he is so bad, so bratty, and so mischievous that he keeps secrets from everyone. Norman decides to make his own alien quest.
Norman, have you seen that fancy hat I wore to Auntie Phyllis's wedding?
Why didn't Norman get grounded again? Why isn't Dillis a good parent anymore?
Hello, and welcome to Norman Price Alien Finder. Norman, have you seen that fancy hat I wore to Auntie Phyllis's wedding? Be quiet, I'm filming my new show. Son?
Wow, he tells his own mom to be quiet. Isn't that a bit rude?
My little treasure. Now, if you want to
He's not a little treasure. He caused a fire.
buy real flying saucers and be an official Norman Price Alien Finder, you'll need one of my books. This book you sold me is just 3 pieces of paper stapled together. This'll never help me see a flying saucer.
That was the end of the movie. That was the end of the movie. All those words I said about the movie? Don't believe me? Then let's review. Me when I review the movie? Well, then let's review. Norman fell into a river because he was careless. He then dragged his friends on a wild goose chase to look for aliens while wearing the coat that he wore to Auntie Phyllis's wedding. He then actually dragged Sarah's arm down a ravine and ended up breaking Sarah's arm. Or Sarah was the one that broke her arm. The next day, Norman got what he rightfully deserved. But then Norman proceeded to sneak out of the house while grounded, literally. He then snuck onto Pontypandy Island where he caused another fire. And the fire kept on growing into a bigger great fire. And Norman kept it a secret from everyone else. But he wasn't the only person who was bad in this movie, because we can also take the blame on Bug Douglas for tricking everyone into thinking that he was an alien. We can also take the blame on Mike for blaming the little green man cosplayer for what Norman did. So, for tricking everyone into thinking that you're an alien, Bug Douglas can take a hike. For blaming the alien cosplayer for what Norman did, Mike can take a hike.
And a quick honourable mention, Mandy can take a hike for yelling at her dad to go.
And of course, for dragging Sarah down the ravine and causing another fire and sneaking out while grounded, Norman can take a hike.
Now it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. The mystery brat reveal. One, 2, 3, go. After I carry on the countdown. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9, 10. Go. Prepare yourselves for the brattiness you're about to find out. And this is the mystery brat.
Meet Anne of Green Gables, the brat herself, or the mystery brat herself. And this isn't the only thing she did. We all know that infamous scene of her bullying Mrs. Lind. Watch.
Unfeeling woman, and I hate you.
Listen here, young lady.
No, you listen here. How would you like to have nasty things said about you? How would you like to be told that you're fat and ugly?
That's enough.
And you probably don't even have a sparkle of imagination in you.
You mark my words, Marilla. That's the kind put strychnine in the well.
Brat who's name calling and now throwing a tantrum. This girl might even be worse than Little Brown Bear.
You're so horrible. Really horrible.
Bing Bunny?
That's 50. Oh. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you, Patches. Now where's the...
And even Daniel Tiger.
I'm mad at you, Daniel. So mad.
Uh-oh. It looks like you're both mad.
Anne of Green Gables comes from the show Anne of Green Gables, the animated series. And she is a massive brat in the movie Anne's Journey to Green Gables. I mean, Anne of Green Gables actually called Mrs. Lind an old windbag and a rude, unfeeling woman who's fat and clumsy and doesn't have any imagination at all. To make matters worse,
Mrs. Lind is an elderly woman, but I don't want to disrespect elders.
But you must respect your elders. Anne of Green Gables actually bullied Mrs. Lind and called her an old windbag. I mean, Mrs. Lind was the one that bullied Anne first and called her a vixen after Anne bullied her. And then when Anne got grounded, Anne was told to apologize. But Anne said that she will stay in her room forever because she won't apologize. She says that everyone can feed her bread and water all they like. And also, keep in mind, Anne was actually happy that she said all those nasty, cruel, and mean things to Mrs. Lind. I was originally going to talk about the version from the Little Fox channel, because this version of Anne of Green Gables is worse than the original one.
Gasped. But Anne was not daunted and continued to face Mrs. Lind with her head up and her eyes furious.
How dare you say such things about me?
She cried in a choked voice.
How would you like to be told you are fat and clumsy and probably don't have any imagination? I hope I hurt your feelings. I will never forgive you. Never, never.
Stamp, stamp.
And that's the end of the video. Thank you for 500 subscribers. With you all subscribing, I just reviewed my review for Ayla, the Fireman Sam movie. I also revealed the mystery brat who is Anne of Green Gables. I've actually never seen the Anne of Green Gables animated series movie, Anne's Journey to Green Gables, where Anne bullied Mrs. Lind and cracked her slate on Gilbert's head. And if I do, I don't know if the movie Anne of Green Gables or Anne's Journey to Green Gables will be my 1,000 subscriber special. Yep, another subscriber special, but that's only if I watch the movie or decide if I'm gonna do that subscriber special. So make sure to subscribe so I can do that special only if I watch that movie. Bye.